Are you thinking of opening your own trucking company? Well, that's great, because I am here to help you. My name is Elena from Trucking42, and today we will talk about everything you need to know if you decide to register your own trucking company in the United States. We will discuss the following: the types of documents you will need for registering your business, how much money you need in order to do it, and what kind of unforeseen situations might appear when opening a company. Also, we will discuss taxes and the steps you should take as soon as the company is open. So let's first clarify what documents are needed for registering a trucking company in the US. First, you will need an EIN, which is a Federal Employer ID number or a Social Security number. A Social Security number is a federal identifying number that is given to simple citizens to track income for taxing purposes. And the EIN is also a federal identifying number. However, it is assigned only to legal entities like LLCs, corporations, or others. In case you don't have an EIN and only have a Social Security number, I would recommend opening a trucking company and getting the EIN to avoid problems that could appear in the future. The second paperwork that you would better have is a confirmation of a real business address. The proof of a business address means a document less than 6 months old containing a physical address that is a utility bill, bank statement, rates account, or tax invoice. This is a must because the FMCSA system checks all the zip codes, and if you don't have a real address but a PO box, it will be impossible to open the trucking company. By the way, if you ever wonder which states are best to register your real business address in, make sure you watch this video from the recommendations above to make this decision easier. And lastly, you will need the truck document and the driver's license, but I think you already knew that. To calculate the expenses, you will first need to determine the type of operations that the transport company will perform. And of course, you need to determine the type of vehicle and the weight of a vehicle that will be used by the transport company. Some companies have limits of up to 26,000 pounds, like car hauling companies that transport 3 to 4 cars. And others up to 80,000 pounds, like big trucks, reefers, or flatbeds that transport food, retail, or more. For a 26,000 pounds limit company, the expenses will be the following. For the DOT and MC numbers, you will need $300. The BOC-free form, you will need $55. Companies must file Form BOC-free with the FMCSA whether they plan to operate as a motor carrier, broker, or freight forwarder, because this is an FMCSA requirement for the interstate transportation companies. And the UCR fee will be about $57 to $59 per vehicle. The same expenses are paid for a company with a limit of 80,000 pounds, but you will also need the CDL Drug Testing Consortium, which is $55.95 per driver. You will also need to pay for queries in the FMCSA clearinghouse, which are obligatory to determine if current or prospective employees are prohibited from performing safety-sensitive functions such as operating a commercial motor vehicle. And the cost of one query will be about $125. And of course, if you decide that this process is too complicated for you, you might want to use special services that would work on registering your company for you. Those types of services might cost you about $200 to $500. Most of the difficulties appear because of a lack of knowledge of the company owners. They think that all you need to do is to pay $300 for the DOT and MC numbers and that's it. But it's more complicated than this. You also need to register the IRP, which is an option for registering commercial vehicles that allow for interstate operation under a single registration plate. IFTA account created to help simplify fuel tax collection and reporting for interstate commercial carriers. get insurance, and many other procedures you have to take care of. Another important thing to mention is that open does not mean active. When you are registering a transportation company, you are getting the MC and DOT numbers, but they are inactive at this time. To activate the trucking company, you will need to get an insurance policy. The most basic insurance is the general liability policy. This is the type of insurance that covers all the cases when your company or driver caused damage to other road users. Another insurance policy type is the physical damage one, which is covering the cases when your truck or trailer got damaged. And also we have cargo insurance, which is responsible for covering any damages to the load you are carrying. To get these insurance policies, you will need to present the truck and trailer documents as well as the driver's license. That documentation should be sent to the insurance agent together with the money needed to pay for it. Also, keep in mind that from the insurance policy payment to the company being active, there can be a time frame for a few weeks. This is why we recommend you wait until everything is official to avoid running into costly mistakes. And now, I want to stop mainly at the trucking industry taxes, such as IFTA, UCR, HHV, IRP. Let's talk about each one in particular. The first one we will discuss is IFTA, International Fuel Tax Agreement, which is a kind of road tax. Every quarter or every month in some states, the safety manager should calculate the miles made by the vehicle and then enter the specialized portals to pay this fee while mentioning how many gallons of fuel were bought in each state. The next fee is UCR, Unified Carrier Registration. This is a tax for the trucks a company owns. The more trucks, the bigger the total UCR. As mentioned before, it was about $60 per truck. The next tax is IRP, International Registration Plan. The law says that every transportation company should have an IRP account registered in the state where they opened the company, to be able to also register the vehicle in DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles. You won't be able to register a truck on your DOT number if you don't have an IRP account. And we have one more tax that should be mentioned, which is the 2290 Heavy Highway Vehicle Use Tax Return. Without this fee, it's impossible to update the truck registration in DMV. But hopefully, now that you know this, it will be easier for you to start the process of opening your own transportation company. Which is why I would love to hear from you in the comment box. What other aspect of registering a trucking company would you still want to talk about? We will make sure to create a video that is answering to the person with the most popular comment. And also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button because we post useful educational content every week.